Hi everybody, this is Darby Girl 03, Beauty for a Lifetime. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying this hot summer weather we're having. I'm here today with my thought for the week. Do you have life or does life have you? I'll say that again. Do you have life or does life have you? In a video I filmed, I filmed it today because I've been filming in groups of videos. By now you've probably seen it already though. It was a tag video and I just alluded to the fact that I do have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's something that I've been living with since I've been 17, although I did not have it properly diagnosed till I was 35. When I was 17 years old, I weighed about 110 pounds. I had really pretty long hair and just was enjoying life. And all of a sudden, overnight, my hair started falling out. I started developing skin tags, and I put on weight, lots and lots of weight. And for a 17-year-old girl, that's pretty hard. That's a pretty bad thing. Well, way back then, in the early 80s, late 70s, polycystic ovarian syndrome was not all that well known. And so I was treated for an underactive thyroid all the way till I was 35 years old. And then when I was 35 years old, I had to go in for a nodule on my parathyroid to have it removed. And I wanted a second opinion, so I saw a new endocrinologist. And he looked at me across the desk and said, "How long have you had PCOS?" And I looked at him, I said, "I don't even know what that is." And he said, "Well, I'm going to do some tests, but I'm sure you have it." So, long story short, I ended up with this situation called PCOS. And, you know, it's a situation, it's a syndrome, and you can have several things in the syndrome, several symptoms of the syndrome, or just a few. I think you actually need 5 symptoms to be sure that you have the syndrome. Some of the ones I suffer with are hair, lots of extra hair growth, mainly on my chin. I said earlier in one of my videos I could be the bearded lady, and I really could be the bearded lady. I am so thankful that I married a man. My husband, didn't know that I had this, and I wasn't like this almost 30 years ago when I married him. But I'm so thankful that I married a man who doesn't mind that I actually share the same electric razor that he does. It's a really wonderful, amazing man who can live with a woman who has that kind of situation. But some of the symptoms I suffer from are the skin tags, the hair, infertility. I have insulin intolerance, which means I am diabetic due to this syndrome, and I have to take care of myself as a diabetic does. But I have all these symptoms and I have this problem, but I'm very, very careful to make sure that I have the problem and the problem doesn't have me. There's a big difference. I mean, how many people do you know that walk around going, "Oh, I wish I could eat that piece of candy, but I'm diabetic," or "I wish I could go over here, but I'm allergic to bees and they have bees," or whatever it is. We all know people who seem to get along and just deal with the problems they have and deal with the illnesses they have. And then we know people who become victim to the problem, victim to the illness. And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm here to talk about being a victor and not a victim. Does your life have you, or do you have your life? And it even tells us, I'm a Christian, it even tells us in the Bible that in every life there's going to be pain and heartache, but take heart because I've overcome that. That's what God says. And when we pray and we ask God for help, He is going to help us. He's going to help us get through that to the next point. And that's my whole thought for the week is whatever you're dealing with today, we all have something we're dealing with, and we all have problems in our life. And whatever you're dealing with today, my question for you is, are you overcoming it? Are you the victor of your situation, or are you the victim of your situation? There's a big difference. And we were created to have life and have joyful, abundant lives. Doesn't mean we're going to have a bed of roses every single day, but it means that we were created to overcome our problems, overcome our disabilities, overcome the things that we deal with on a regular basis. Now, I'm not trying to pick on anyone. What I'm suggesting is that we, including myself, if I start to really get down about some of the symptoms I have, I can sit there and just get depressed and feel horrible, or I can do something about it. I can go to a counselor and get some help there. I can go see my doctor and make sure that my medications are are up to date, make sure that my health issues are up to date, and just really take care of those things. And I can seek out support groups or friends who are dealing with the same kind of problems. It's just important for you and for me, both of us, that we maintain a level of, this is my life and I'm in charge of my life and I can do it. Whether it's a physical ailment or illness or syndrome like I'm talking about, or whether it's a circumstance that you're living with, maybe at work or maybe at home, whatever that is, you do have power. You can overcome your situation. There's a motivational speaker by the name of Andy Andrews, and I quote him all the time. He says, when you don't know what to do, step back and think, what would I do if I did know what to do? And then proceed on like that. What would I do if I did know what to do? How would I handle this problem? Again, in every one of our lives, we're always going to have problems. We're always going to have problems and pressure. But the difference is how we handle that, how we accept that. Do we say, okay, this is my problem and I'm going to work with it and work through it? Or do we say, oh, this is my problem and I can't handle it. There's nothing I can do about this. Woe is me. That's our choice. Every day I have a choice and you have a choice to monitor the thoughts that go in and out of our heads and to decide whether we're going to accept that thought or put that thought away. So if you're struggling with something today, I would encourage you to seek out a friend, seek out a support group, seek out a counselor. I would encourage you, because you know I'm a Christian, I'd encourage you to pray. And I would be thrilled to pray for you. If you have a situation where you need some help or you need someone to pray with you, I'd be happy to pray with you. Please drop me a private message and I'll get in touch with you as soon as possible. Have a great week, and remember, don't let your circumstances get you down. Stay positive. See you soon. Bye-bye.